Hi, and welcome to the Educators Going Global podcast. This episode was recorded on July 4th, 2022. Happy 4th, everyone. What is the bottom line when it comes to finances related to teaching internationally? That's our guiding question for today.
And I'm going to jump in with our Going Global story. So I remember recruiting for a position at the then named Saudi Arabian International School, Cesar for short, in the early 1990s, where I would meet Audrey and her husband, Mark. The Cesar recruiting team was incredibly organized and so professional with their interactions. We were at the stage in our interviews when the lead interviewer, Dr. Tim Hansen, shared the full-page financial package write-up. The word on the street was the package was very good, but I had no idea how good it was. I remember walking out of the interview thinking of the John Grisham book, The Firm, which had just been made into a movie starring Tom Cruise. As listeners, you might remember, the financial package offer made to Tom Cruise was truly too good to be true. I remember thinking, walking out of that hotel room where the interview was, that package from Cesar seemed definitely too good. I wondered, what was the catch? Well, it turns out there was no catch. Cesar turned out to be one of the best schools and communities of my career as an international educator.
I can echo that myself, actually. So let's talk specifically about some financial and or contract types of differences with international schools. Generally, you commit initially for 2 years. So there's a 2-year contract at the start. These schools are often located in countries where there is no income tax for expats. So you might have a really good tax situation, but they can vary widely. In Africa, you might be taxed as much as 9%. In Southeast Asia, it might be 7 to 12%. Europe, it could be 25 to 50%. And some countries have a limited 2-year tax-free status. So it really varies quite a bit. Another aspect of taxes is that as an expat, you don't have to pay U.S. taxes, and that is a huge benefit. Just by being overseas, you have, I believe the salary cap now is $112,000 per person that you can be earning without having to pay taxes in the United States. And I'll tell you, that has been a huge factor in our savings potential living overseas.
Another big benefit is housing, that you can get a stipend, or some of the schools have their own housing that they have there for staff. Tuition is covered for up to a certain number of children that you have in your family. Another biggie is round-trip air tickets that are paid for some schools yearly. Others, it depends on the length of the contract.
You're also going to most likely have some sort of health insurance package, and those can vary widely too. We'll get into more detail on that another time. Sometimes you will have a retirement plan through the school. There may be matching, there may not, but typically there's some kind of retirement package. You may get an end of service payment as well in some places. There's also sometimes actually a re-signing bonus, and in some places they are starting to do an early resigning bonus as well. So there's a lot of different possibilities there.
So as you look at the full package for the schools that you're hopefully getting offers to, remember to check for the cost of living in whatever city that you are looking to move to. A guiding construct that we've used for many years is you ask the recruiting team, how much can a single person save if you're a single person? And if it's a dual earning couple, how much can they save each year? All right, well, that about wraps it up. This is, again, another one of these shows where we're going to bring in a subject matter expert to take a deeper dive. So thanks for joining us on the Educators Going Global podcast. Remember, there are so many reasons for going global, with finances being a big one. Thank you for joining us today on Educators Going Global.
You can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all the other usual suspects.
Please subscribe, like us, and leave a review on Apple and Spotify, and let your teaching friends know about us so we can grow our community.
Please reach out at educatorsgoingglobal@gmail.com and join our Facebook group, Educators Going Global, if you have ideas, comments, or wish to share a Going Global story of your own.
You can also find us on Instagram at Educators Going Global.
Please visit our website as well, www.educatorsgoingglobal.com. All our podcast episodes are on there by topic, along with blog posts, Going Global stories, and our ever-growing resource library. For now, this is Audrey
And David.
inviting you to travel,
Teach.
and connect with us.